Ringo TV.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV, Ringo TV Reactions. We back again with another video. Subject matter: when a man say he don't want a child. When a man say he don't want a child. Reaction. Let's react to this.
I would love to speak on this. I would love it. When a man says he doesn't want the baby and the girl proceeds to have the baby and then the girl labels the man a deadbeat. So let me just say, my situation is kind of sort of a little bit touching on this. If you know my story, you know. If you don't, then I'm about to tell you. So long story short, when me and my baby dad was dealing with each other, we were never together. It was more so of us just having some good sex. You get what I'm saying? That's really all it was. And I'm always very vocal about that to y'all. So when I found out that I was pregnant, you know, I told him like, hey, I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. He told me, you know, I don't think I'm ready. I don't want the baby. You know what I'm saying? All of that good shit. So what I did in my head was, I'm like, okay, I want my baby. Despite this man telling me he does not want my kid, I want my kid. So what I'm going to have to do is sit here and be a grown-ass woman and take care of these grown-ass fucking responsibilities that I now have. And mind you, at the time, I was only 17. So I sat in my dorm, because at the time I was in college when I found out. So I sat in my dorm for 3 days straight. And for these 3 days straight, I literally mapped out everything in my head, like as if it was literally only going to be me and my kid. No father involved, no child support involved, no nothing. Because from the jump, from the start of me telling this man I am pregnant, he told me, okay, well, I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah. So because he told me that, I took it as, okay, he's telling me he don't want it, but at the end of the day, I still want it because it's my baby. You get what I'm saying? And it's my body, as you said. So I moved back home or whatever. I got me a job. I worked up until literally the week that I gave birth to my child. And I had it set in my head that, okay, I'm about to be raising this baby by myself. My baby does not have a father right now. You get what I'm saying? So it just so happened that after I had my baby father did choose to, you know what I'm saying, come around and be a part of her life. I'm sorry. He chose to come around and be a part of her life. But it wasn't because I asked him to, or because I forced him to, or because I put him on child support, or I called him all types of deadbeats. No, he came around because he wanted to come around. He came around when True was around like 1 or 2 weeks old or so like that. And he's been around ever since then. But literally, like, I would never have a baby knowing that this man then told me no, I don't want it, and then expect him to be there. My situation, I planned it out as if, okay, this man don't want my baby, I want my baby, I need to step the fuck up, and I need to be mommy and daddy. So if my baby dad would have never stepped up, it literally would have been me and True. Only me and True. Me and True to the motherfucking end. Mommy and daddy, that would have been me for me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So when females do shit like that, they tell a man they pregnant, the man say I don't want it, and they didn't have the baby, and then they want to put the man on child support and do this and do that. I don't really agree with it, but that's a conversation for another day that we're going to have.
There's a host of problems when we look at this situation here. A lot of these things, a lot of you brothers could learn from. There's a lot of issues here that women can learn from. First of all, this woman is a 304, right? Respectfully. Because, again, this is what they do. Social media, you know, it has ruined women's lives. It allowed them to display themselves in the worst possible way. You know, tattooed everywhere, weave, cleavage is all out. They expect you to take them serious, thirst trapping to the max. It's no wonder these women just always turn up pregnant. She claimed that she was 17 years old in college, which is typical of when these women are thotting around, you know. And see, this is why when you brothers meet a sister and she's in her 30s and you talking about you wifing her up, see, you don't know about what she was doing when she was 17. You don't know what she was doing when she was in her 20s. You don't understand what went down. You don't know the amount of D that she done introduced herself to. You don't know how many men been inside of her sugar walls. This woman is literally responding to someone that said, can you speak on the topic of when a man say he don't want a child, he's a deadbeat, but when it's the other way around, it's her body. Now, you all know, fam, that in the world, it's all about my body, my choice. And it's crazy because a lot of times women get with men that are no good, right? These guys just want to smash. They just want to dash. That's all they want to do. And see, you brothers are not innocent either. So don't think for a minute that I'm just going to talk about this woman. Now, she's a 304, but you brothers that want to smash and dash, you're a whoremonger male. You're no better. Because a lot of you are out here just having sex. And then when the baby come around, all of a sudden it get real. Now all of a sudden, you got men talking about, well, I'm not ready for no child. But you are ready to smash. Nobody's wearing protection. So I don't want to hear that you dudes out here are using rubbers. Because we all know you're not. And you sisters are dirty as hell. Because you taking in all this D. And none of these brothers are protected. It's one thing if you're with a man and you're trying to build a relationship and it's just you that you're active with that one man, and you're building something and he has been proven to be a man that's going to be there with you long term, then now y'all can pretty much do what y'all gotta do. But when you're a sister and your legs are open like scissors, like a 24-hour store, like the local bodega, and every man get an opportunity to go and you raw dog, you're a nasty woman. Your vagina is nasty and it's toxic. And it's sad when women get pregnant under these circumstances and then they want to cry foul play and say, well, you know, this guy's a deadbeat. First of all, this woman on the screen made it very clear that her and that dude was just kicking it just to have some good sex. You see, brothers, this is what women do out here. When they go to college, you can forget about it. They're not getting an education. The only education they get in college is how to suck some D. The only education they get in college is new sexual positions, new sexual activity, different forms of sex, how to be a good 304. That what goes down on the college campus. All the campus parties, the college parties, you know, different things and that they do. It's not about education. It's not about getting any of that. It's about a woman living her best life, experiencing multiple D, literally throwing herself to the wolves. And then she turned up pregnant with a baby. Then when she hit in her 20s and 30s, she got 2 more babies. Now she at the 40s, she done gained weight, hit the wall. Now she want a husband and want to be a Christian. This is what happens every single time. And you brothers got to keep the game. So when we look at this young lady on the screen, a lot of you brothers will want to hit her from the back. No cap, but that's what you brothers want to do. You front like you here because you want to hear the truth, but really secretly in the back in the booth in the dark, you would take that woman to lay up with her, knowing that that dude done been inside of her, knowing that she have a baby out of wedlock, knowing the issues that that brother was facing, knowing that all of this is toxic, but you still want to hit it, right? See, that's the nature of man. There's certain women we just want to get with. We're all guilty of that. As men, we're guilty. At the same time, we have to really examine what's going on here. Women love to say, my body, my choice. My body, my choice, which means, let's say, for example, you laid up with a sister. She got pregnant. You weren't ready for no baby because you were just there being a whoremonger male looking for some tail. But for whatever reason, she's claiming, you know what? I want to have the baby. I want to have the baby. And you're like, look, I don't want the baby. She has the right to go have that baby because of my body, my choice, right? Even though you don't want the baby, she can still go have the baby. You see that? Another scenario, you're dealing with a sister, you laid up with her, she got pregnant. She don't want the baby. She's telling you she's not ready, but you're telling her, I'm ready. I want my baby. I want to be there. I would want to be a father. But because of my body, my choice, no matter how much you want to be the father, no matter how much you want to do the right thing, no matter how much you want to be there and build a family with this woman, because of my body, my choice, that woman can go get an abortion and no one would care about what you want. And isn't that sad that as a man, you could want to step up to the plate to do the right thing, but because of my body, my choice, no matter how much you say, hey, I had a part in making that baby too. The courts won't listen. The doctors won't listen. It's her choice whether she wants to bring the baby in or not, even though you want to have the baby. So you mean to tell me that a woman can go out there and be a thought? A guy could end up with her. She end up pregnant. The guy could be like, look, okay, you got pregnant. It is what it is. This will be my first child. I want you to have the baby. I'm going to provide. I'm going to be there. But because she don't want to be a mom, because she still want to continue going out there being a 304. She has the right, under my body, my choice, to get an abortion, and there is nothing you can do about it. Isn't that sad? But yet, if a woman decides that she want to keep the baby, and you're telling her, look, I'm not ready, I don't want no baby, I was just kicking it with you, okay, we did what we did, you got pregnant, I get it, but I don't want no baby, and I'm not interested in being no father, she can still go out there, have the baby, and then put you on child support. So what do you brothers learn from this? What exactly are you going to gain from this? Well, it's pretty simple. Stop laying up with women that you know good and well that if she got pregnant, you're not interested in. Stop laying up with women raw dog if you're not ready for the consequences. You know, stop filling these women up with seeds while not considering the consequences. Because while you enjoying that tight vagina, while you enjoying everything about that woman's body, while you having your way with her and enjoying the moment, and you release your seeds all up inside of her, be ready for when she tell you, I'm pregnant. Don't cry. Don't talk about, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be a father. I'm not prepared. I'm trying to get my money right. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go get that abortion. No, brother. We're not doing that here. You're supposed to be responsible and you're supposed to be ready at all times, which meaning whether she get pregnant now, later, it doesn't matter. If you are the type of guy that is out there pumping and dumping, sleeping around, just having your way, talking about, well, I don't want no commitment, I don't want no wife, I don't want no nothing, but I'm gonna go out there and lay up with women, you better be prepared that a woman can get pregnant and your tail will be on child support. This is why when I hear all these brothers crying about child support and how terrible these women are, yeah, a lot of women are terrible and a lot of women are vindictive, but a lot of you brothers are whoremonger males. And a lot of you brothers are out here just wanting to smash and dash. And you don't give a crap about these women. All you want is that vagina. All you want is some head. That's all you think about. You understand? And it's sad that a lot of these women been destroyed. Because again, this woman became a 304 early, and her entire TikTok page is a mess. All she do is flash herself. All she do is expose herself. Ain't no telling how many more kids she have. Ain't no telling how many other dudes is smashing. Ain't no telling how much her body count is. But by the looks of her TikTok, she's not wife material at all. And it's sad that she even have her daughter up on that page while doing all the things that she's doing. It's disgraceful, it's embarrassing, it's a shame. But guess what? There's always going to be another dude that's going to walk into the fire in the lion's den and going to lay up with her and get her pregnant again. Because you brothers just don't learn from your mistakes. Let's go.
Would love to speak on this. I would love it. When a man says he doesn't want the baby and the girl proceeds to have the baby and then the girl labels the man a deadbeat. So let me just say, my situation is kind of sort of a little bit touching on this. If you know my story, you know. If you don't, then I'm about to tell you. So long story short, when me and my baby dad was dealing with each other, we were never together. It was more so of us just having some good sex. You get what I'm...
You see that? She said they were really never together, which means they really never had a relationship. We would just hook up to have some good sex. And see, a lot of you women out there that do this, you're nothing but 304s. There's nothing good about you. And that's all you bring to the table. Because as you can see, they really never had nothing. There was really no relationship. They just hooked up to have sex. How many of you women in the clouds only hook up with a guy that you're with just for some sex? How many of you brothers, you whoremonger males, just hook up with a particular sister just because you're trying to have some sex? You don't care about her, you don't love her, you're not interested in a relationship. All you care about is getting between her legs and releasing yourself. Many of you are involved in relationships just like that, situationships.
Saying that's really all it was, and I'm always very vocal about that. So
you could be very vocal about that, but you're still a 304. See, you could be honest about the fact of what you're doing. But see, if you haven't changed and you're still doing that till this day, then you're not a good woman. And the men that you deal with are toxic. And I don't feel sorry for you when you become a single mom, struggling, and just living a life of misery. It's all your fault.
So when I found out that I was pregnant, I told him like, hey, I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah.
You found out you were pregnant, and then your first thing is to tell him. Why? Because you thought by you telling him, somehow he's going to want to stay. And this is typical of what a lot of modern women do. They have sex with men that they know are no good, men that they know they're not really interested in. They really had no real relationship, but they're telling this man because what they're trying to find out is if, hey, are you going to ride with me through this issue here? Let me see where you at. Let me see if you want to stay. Let me see if my vagina is enough to make you love me enough to stay with me and the baby.
He told me, I don't think I'm ready. I don't want the baby.
See, first thing he told you, he not ready. He don't want the baby. But he was ready to get between your legs, which mean that you're a foolish woman. Why? Because your legs was open like scissors, and yet this man wasn't even ready to be a father, which mean he don't care about you. And this is where a lot of you women are today. Your legs are open wide. You're on your knees, bent over with your behind up in the air with some man riding you from the back, balls deep. And that man don't give a damn about you. You're just a hoe at this point. You're just somebody's cum bucket at this point. But you mad at me because I'm man enough to tell you the truth that you don't want to hear. And then you got you whoremonger brothers who are out here doing that. Riding this sister from the back, balls deep. You know good and well that if she get pregnant, you're not going to be there, right? But you enjoying her behind, all right? You enjoying hitting it from the back, right? You loving that, right? You love holding her tight from the back, stroking her deep. You love that, right? But when the baby comes in, when the pregnancy comes in, all of a sudden it gets real. All of a sudden now you not ready. No, bro. You were ready when you released that seed inside of her. You were ready. So if she decides to throw you on child support, then hey, you got what you deserve. All you brothers out there that live the whoremonger life, pumping and dumping, getting with sisters, having sex, doing whatever you're doing, and you got caught out there because the sister got pregnant and brought the baby to term, and now you're on child support, don't cry. Don't cry foul play. Don't tell me how wicked these women are. You're wicked. You went out there, you laid up, you did what you did. Now you got to pay the piper, fam.
You know what I'm saying? All of that good shit. So what I did in my head was, I'm like, okay, I want my baby. Despite this man telling me he does not want my kid.
See, all of a sudden now it's this man telling me he don't want your kid. You already knew what it was from the beginning. You already knew that you were with him just to have sex. You were not with him because you were trying to build a family. You were not with him because you were trying to be a wife. You were with him because you were a 304. And you were doing what 304s do. You know what I mean? Your mom and dad must be proud to know that all that time you were in college being a thought. And now that you got pregnant, all of a sudden you want to act like, well, you know, I'm going to take responsibility because I want my baby. No, you wanted your baby because you wanted your baby. But that man didn't want the baby, which means he didn't want you. See, when a man don't want the baby and that was his reaction to the pregnancy, it's because he never wanted you. What he wanted was your vagina. What he wanted was easy access. Because most men get with women not just because they want some vagina. A man could just get with you for some head. A man could get with you because you're the type of woman that he could hang around and he have a good time with. But that doesn't mean he want you. That doesn't mean he respect you. You see? So now you're taking responsibility for your baby, which is typical of what any woman would have to do in the first place. Because you're the one who get pregnant. And as a woman, you better listen, and you better listen well. You're the one who get pregnant. When you deal with a deadbeat man, when you deal with a dusty beta male simp, when you deal with a whoremonger male who just want to hit it and quit it and bounce, you must understand, woman, that you're the one who have to carry this baby. So if you get pregnant, you're the one that's going to go through the contractions. You're the one that got to deal with the issues. You're the one that's going to be bleeding. You're the one that's going to be in labor pain. You're the one that's going to go through all of that. That brother is not going to go through all that pain and anguish. You're the one that's going to have to deal with that. So you as a woman got to make better choices than the kind of men that you deal with. If your legs are open like scissors, like a 24-hour bodega, you're going to deal with drama. Facts.
I want my kids, so what I'm going to have to do is sit here and be a grown-ass woman and take care of these grown-ass fucking responsibilities.
At that point, she's trying to make it seem like the man is not grown. But you made the choice to deal with a man that was up inside of you. So while you talking all this grown woman stuff, you weren't a grown woman when you were laying on your back. You weren't a grown woman when you was deep throating his rod. You weren't a grown woman when he was hitting it every other day, releasing in you, raw dogging you. So enough talking like you're all educated and grown now, when you still have the mind of a child. You understand? Talking all this mess about responsibilities and response to this and all of this nonsense. You were in college broke. You weren't making no money. You weren't doing nothing. You understand? And it's most likely your parents and other people that had to chip in to help you out. And then you had the typical so-called, what's that stuff called? Baby shower that they give women that are not even married. Always happen in the hood. Women not even married getting baby showers and showered with gifts. You don't deserve no baby shower. You don't deserve no gifts. You don't deserve nothing. Because you made the bad choice.
That I now have. And mind you, at the time, I was only 17.
17 years old, and already you a mom. 17 years old, she's already a mom, fam. Up in college, supposed to be getting an education, but instead the only education she's getting is how to give some head. The only education she's getting is how to slide up and down the carousel. The only education she get is how to move it back and ride it and drop it like it's hot and do all this nonsense. That was the education she was getting in college. And ain't no telling how many other men was hitting it from the back. This is a damn shame, because a lot of you sisters, you do this and you go through all this mess. And then by the time you out of your 20s and your 30s, now pushing 40, you want to get married to a man. But do he know your history? Do that man know your body count? Do he know the number of men that you dealt with? Do he know the number of men that been in your vagina? Do he know the number of men that been in your behind? Do he know the number of men that been in your mouth? Do he know how many times men have ejaculated on your face? Do he know how many men you swallowed? Do he know all of the mess that you did? The baggage you carry, the demons you carry. Do he know about that world of evil? And see, brothers, this is what you get with the modern woman. This is why it's so dangerous out here, brothers. But see, at the same time, you brothers are not innocent. A lot of you brothers are guilty. You're guilty of this because you're the one who run up the body count in all these women. Women body counts are not just increasing because they're evil. It's increasing because a lot of you beta male simps and you brothers out there that are whoremonger males who just want to pump and dump, you're the brothers that are running up her mileage. Because you're not trying to wife her up. You're just trying to release inside of her. Ain't no telling how many demons that woman carry.
So I sat in my dorm.
Imagine she's trying to talk educated while looking like that on camera. Imagine her trying to convey her story, and yet she's literally thirst trapping at the same time. A pile of demonic tattoos, a pile of issues all over the place. Ain't no telling how many issues she have, man. This woman is carrying spirits, fam.
I was in college when I found out. So I sat in my dorm for 3 days straight. And for these 3 days straight, I literally mapped out everything in my head, like as if it was literally only going to be me and...
That's how women do it, brothers. Once they get pregnant, they map out what they're going to do, who they're going to affect, and so forth. So if you're a whoremonger male and you're out here doing wickedness, please be mindful that this particular woman or a woman that you're with will have you in the courts to get that money.
My kid, no father involved, no child support involved, no nothing.
This is the nature of the women today, brothers. Women are literally born to be single mothers. Women are born to be single mothers. Listen, brothers, I guarantee you, if you go on the gram and find a sister that you find attractive, guarantee if you keep scrolling through her photos, you're gonna see a baby pic. You're gonna see images of her and her babies. It's typical of women today, brothers. You get with a sister, chances are she got kids somewhere. It's always like that.
Because from the jump, from the start of me telling this man I am pregnant, he told me, okay, well, I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah.
Listen, all this talk about from the jump is a joke. From the jump, y'all were just having sex. From the jump, you weren't talking about, what if I get pregnant? From the jump, you weren't asking him questions about if I get pregnant, are you willing to be there? You weren't thinking about that. Because if you were really a smart woman, you would let him know from the jump, look, I'm not going to lay up with you if you're not going to be here for no children. But see, women are foolish today, so they always get involved with a man that's dusty and beta. And this is why they come up with these type of issues, always turning into single moms, always going through the struggle.
So because he told me that, I took it as, okay, he's telling me he don't want it, but at the end of the day, I still want it because it's my baby. You get what I'm saying? And it's my body.
See, my body, my choice. Which means just because the man don't want the baby, she's gonna still have the baby. Meaning he cannot make her go and get rid of the baby because it's her body, her choice.
So I moved back home or whatever. I got me a job. I worked up until literally the week.
She moved back home, which means she moved back in with her parents, which means she most likely didn't complete no college. She had to go get a job. Her education failed because now it's time to be a mom. You see that, fam?
That I gave birth to my child, and I had it set in my head that, okay, I'm about to be raising this baby by myself.
And this is what happens with all these children that are growing up today. All of them are growing up with no father around, and you're wondering why your young boy is effeminate. You're wondering why your young girls want to be a man. It's because you train up the young girls to be a man, and you train up the young boys to act like a woman.
My baby does not have a father right now. You get what I'm saying? So
he don't have your baby don't have a father because of you. Because you made the worst possible choice in a man. It's not like you were pregnant and you just didn't have no father for the child. You knew exactly what you get involved in. You knew you were thotting. You knew what you were out there doing. And now that you got pregnant, all of a sudden you want to act like, well, I don't know why the father not there, acting like you can't figure this one out. It was your choice to get with a Pookie and Ray Ray, and you got what you deserve.
Oh, it just so happened that after I had my baby father did choose to, come around and be a part of her life.
No, he just came around because he wanted to hit it from the back again. You understand? He ain't come back to wife you up. He ain't come back to make you no wife. He only came back around because he knew that at this point, you can put him on child support. And I'm not buying all of this nonsense that you weren't trying to put him on child support. Because women will put you on child support when they realize that you're not around and you making bread. Oh, best believe they coming after you, bro.
Right. He chose to come around and be a part of her life.
She's trying to make it seem like he just chose to come in and she didn't have to force him or put him on child support or do anything to make him come in. All of that right there is cap.
But it wasn't because I asked him to, or because I forced him to, or because I put him on child support, or I called him all types of deadbeats. No, he came around because he wanted to come around. He came around when True was around like 1 or 2 weeks old or so like that, and he's been around ever since then. But
he's been around, but you're not no wife. He's been around because of guilt. That's what he's been around for, because of guilt. And because he want to slide up in you some more. And I can guarantee you that this woman allowed that man to still slide up in her. You understand? Women like that always allow the baby daddy to come around and slide up in them. He didn't come around because he's interested in the baby. He came around because he's interested in sliding up in you. And I can guarantee you that woman is foolish enough to let him come in, because in the back of her mind, she figure, well, he's back in her life, he's back in my life, and there's a possibility we could all be one big family. That's what's going down.
Literally, like, I would never have a baby knowing that this man then told me no, I don't want it, and then expect him to be there. My situation, I planned it out as if, okay, this man don't want my baby, I want my baby, I need to step the fuck up, and I need to be mommy and daddy. So
all of this mommy and daddy need to stop. You cannot be a daddy. You don't see no father talking about, well, since my woman is not there, I'm gonna be both the daddy and the mommy. We gotta stop talk like that. Women, you gotta stop talking like you can be a man and a woman, because you can never raise a young boy to be a man without a father. You can never act like a father. So stop it. You're nothing but a mom.
my baby that would have never stepped up, it literally would have been me and True. Only me and True. Me and True to the motherfucking end. Mommy and daddy.
No, it would have been you, your baby, and some old beta male simp that you would have tried to let him come in to be that stepdaddy. Because that's what you normally do. When women have kids by another man, their main focal point when getting involved with any other man is trying to see if that man would be that beta male simp that would take care of her and all her kids. And if she feel in her knower that for some reason you're not going to be there to be a support for her children, she will cut the relation off. Why? Because she don't feel that you're fit to be that stepdaddy. There's a lot of women at the sound of my voice that have literally ghosted and got rid of quality men because they felt that that man wasn't a beta male simp enough to be a dumb stepdaddy. It's one thing if you're a man and you make the choice to get with a woman that have children, and for whatever reason that woman is an exceptional woman and she's not some type of 304, she's not the type of woman that had babies by multiple men, she just made some dumb decisions in her life and issues may have happened and you got with her. That's one scenario. But when you get with a woman that had kids by multiple men, she's in her 40s and she literally is not settling down, been having sex with multiple men, that's the type of woman that is looking for a so-called stepdaddy, some sort of man she can step on. And that's why they call them stepdaddies, because they step all over you. They walk up and down on you. They walk up the flights and they walk down on you. That's exactly how it is. And if you know a thing about steps, a lot of steps are dirty. And a lot of people don't like to clean steps. A lot of people don't maintain steps. You understand? It's a sticky situation, fam.
That would have been me for me and my daughter.
Notice all the cleavage hanging out. This is supposed to be a young lady that is a single mom. All the cleavage is out. Everything is out ready for us to thirst. And a lot of us brothers, we enjoy it, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, these women don't respect themselves. Why? Because if us brothers are turned on by what we see, if us brothers are aroused by what we see, if us brothers thirst by what we see, then it's up to a woman to tone it down and say, you know what? Let me cover up this. Let me tone it down because I'm going to have all these brothers thirsting, and that's not what I want to do. I don't want that attention on me. But because these women are 304s, because these women want attention, they keep all of their goodies out for your eyes to see.
You know what I'm saying? So when females do shit like that, they tell a man they pregnant, the man say I don't want it, and they didn't have the baby, and then they want to put the man on child support and do this and do that.
There's a lot of women that do that because they're dirty. But at the end of the day, brothers, if you're out there screwing a woman, raw dogging her, doing all of that mess, and she throw you on child support, bro, that's your fault. You got exactly what you deserve. It has nothing to do with you in terms of, well, you know, I could have did this, and you know, I'm trying to be right, and the sister just doing me wrong. You know, I told her already that I didn't want no baby. No, you nutted inside of her, bro. And once you nut inside the ground, in terms of planting seed in that woman's ground, you are going to get a harvest. Because if you take apple seeds and throw it in the earth, if you take orange seeds and put it in the earth, and you plant those seeds, you're gonna get a harvest of a tree. An apple tree or an orange tree. So if you don't want nothing, don't plant no seeds. But you know what's something? The power of the vajayjay.
I don't really agree with it, but that's a conversation for another day that we're going to have.
See that, fam?
I would love to speak on this.
I don't know, man. This is how it goes down, fam. This is what they do. So that's all I'm gonna say today, man. You brothers wanna go out there getting on child support? Hey, keep on pumping these women up with seeds when you know good and well you ain't trying to be with them. As a brother, you shouldn't even be having sex with a woman if you ain't trying to stay with her. And that's a fact, that's a fact, man. If you're not trying to be with a woman long term, you shouldn't even be trying to have sex with her. But see, the problem is a lot of these women are not trying to be with you brothers. So you could get with a sister because you want to be with her and want to have sex with her and want to have her in your life. And she could get with you, have sex with you, but yet she don't want to be with you. And there's a lot of women like that. They just want experiences. And that's sad. Because if you did that with that guy, ain't no telling how many other men you done screwed around with. Ain't no telling how much D you done sucked. Ain't no telling how many men done blown your back out. Ain't no telling how many men done released themselves up inside of you. Because when you think about women having all these issues with pH balance and pH levels and all this other nonsense, why would they even have those problems if men are not going in them raw dog? The issue they have is because they have so many D's inside of them that it changed their pH levels. That's why. Facts. And all of a sudden, women want to become righteous overnight. And then you good brothers get punished when they had the worst possible men up inside of them raw dogging, enjoying their vagina, raw dog. But when a good brother come along, all of a sudden now, you get the leftovers. You get treated like a damn slave. You get treated like trash by these women, and they'll take advantage of you and take out all their frustration on you because of their baby daddy drama. So brothers, when you out here, hey, be careful. Stop all this pumping and dumping. Stop all this smashing and dashing. You get with a sister, you be with her long term. All of you sisters, stop being a damn hoe. Stop going out here thotting it up. Stop 3-4ing it up. You know, keep your legs closed. You want a man to respect you? Tone down the damn thirst trapping. You know, if you interested in a brother, just let him know. But all that thirst trapping and all that attention seeking online, you gotta stop it. Because all it's gonna do is make you become a single mom. That's all. That being said, fam, we're gonna sign out. It's Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100%